Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I had to take a long break there for a little while, but let's just jump right back into the videos. In this video, we're going to be redesigning the steering on this golf cart. We're going to be switching over from a double-ended ram to a single-ended ram, but we're going to be keeping the same boat helm. By doing this, I'm hoping to reduce the amount of turns of the steering wheel it takes to turn each way. Right now, I think it takes somewhere around 6 turns of the steering wheel to turn. And I'm hoping to reduce that somewhere to around 3. I have to build a whole new mount for the new hydraulic ram that I'm putting on here, and the configuration I've come up with in my head, I think it's going to be a lot stronger and a lot better looking. It's going to serve 2 purposes. So let's just jump right into it, and hopefully it comes out as good as I'm envisioning in my head. So let's get to it. Next step is to drill through these steering knuckles here. I need to drill this hole out to 5/8 to match the heim joints. And right now they're pretty small. I'm not sure what size they are, but I'm starting out with a 1/2 inch drill bit, which is just a little bit bigger. So I'm basically gonna step my way up. We'll start out with the 1/2 inch, go up to the 9/16, and then end on the 5/8. And hopefully it won't be too hard, but I'm anticipating a pretty tough challenge here, so we'll see how it goes. I've got some of these cone spacers that go in between the heim joints and the steering arm. And it basically just raises it up a little bit, gives it a little bit of space between the heim joint and the steering arm to give it a little bit of movement. So whenever it flexes, it doesn't hit the steering arm. So let's bolt it up and see what we got. Now, I don't have the right length bolts to bolt it down just yet. So got some extra long bolts in there right now, and I can't put a nut on there to tighten it down. So for now, it's just kind of sitting in there. But let me show you something. I had to mount the bar on top of the steering arms because of this drain plug. If I put it on the bottom, it would definitely be hitting on this drain plug. So if you look up here, you can see I can barely fit my finger in between the tie rod and the differential cover. So if it was on the bottom, it would definitely be hitting that drain plug. So now we're moving on to the tubing that we're gonna install on the axle. It comes out, turns, and turns back in. And it's basically gonna act as 2 things. One, sort of like a bumper, and also the main function is going to be the mounting point for the new hydraulic ram. So it's going to mount somewhere around here, and we're going to have a mount that comes off of the tie rod that mounts to it here. So this end needs to mount to the tubing that comes off the axle, so it has a solid mount. So we'll start by building that tubing that comes around here, And then this is literally all the tubing that I have in that size that I can bend. So we're gonna have to make sure we get all the measurements right and get all the bends right, because we cannot screw this up. Or else I'm gonna have to go and spend another 150 bucks on tubing just to do this one piece. So I've got this gauge that I bent up whenever I first got my tubing bender, and it tells me how many inches basically it takes to make a 90-degree curve. So this part right here is 4 inches, and then each blue mark is 1 inch. So I know it's gonna take me 4 inches plus all of these blue marks to make one 90-degree bend, and all that added up is, to this mark, 15 inches. So I did the math, and it came out with the 2 curves and then plus the space in between them, it came out to 43.5 inches. And this tubing from here to here, 43.5 inches. So it's just enough with a little bit of extra to get the job done. So hopefully we don't screw it up. And there's my neighbor. I swear, every time I come out and try to do a video, one of my neighbors starts mowing their grass. It never fails, every single time. So here's something I finally get to feature in one of my videos. I've been pretty excited about this, but I haven't been able to use it for any of my projects yet. If any of you guys follow me on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, you may have seen that I won this tubing notcher in a contest. It's called the Guillotine Tube Notcher by BuildCo Tools. And if you don't know what it is, man, this thing is a beast of a machine. It's very versatile, and it's not your average tubing notcher. I mean, this thing has all kinds of versatility built into it. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to notching tubing, so I've got a lot to learn. But this thing will basically do anything you need it to. So let's get ready to make my first cut on this thing and see how close we can get to matching the cut that I need, which I have a feeling I'm going to be way off because I'm kind of just eyeballing it right now because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll have to go watch some videos on YouTube later to figure out how exactly to, you know, find the right cuts, right angles, and all that. But right now I'm just kind of winging it, eyeballing it, making some marks on here, and just gonna go for it. So we'll see how it goes. Well guys, I'm gonna have to end this video here. I just come to a stopping point. Video was dragging out a little too long, so we'll pick up where we left off in the next one, and hopefully we'll finish up the steering system in the next video. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure and follow me on social media, my other social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and I hope to see you guys in the next video, which won't be nearly as long of a wait. So I'll see you guys in the next video.